Hello friends, it's Miss Dom. Today we are going to be drawing a pumpkin. We're also going to be looking at the artwork of Yayoi Kusama. So you might notice some images of pumpkins with polka dots on them. Yayoi was and is famous for polka dots. She puts polka dots on just about everything. There's a little story on the right hand side. If you click on that story, you can learn a little bit more about her life. She's in her 90s and she still lives in Japan. She's still making art. As a matter of fact, the North Carolina Museum of Art has one of her pieces in their collection. She does something that are called infinity rooms. So if you notice one of the images, it looks like the pumpkins are in a fun house. And an infinity room or an infinity box is filled with mirrors. The one at the North Carolina Museum of Art doesn't take up the whole room. It's actually in a box, so it's called an infinity box. The image that you see on this slide is of an infinity room where it takes up the whole room. But the box, you kind of pop your head in there, and then there's lots of different colored lights. The one at the North Carolina Museum of Art does not feature pumpkins, but it's pretty interesting. So if you get a chance to go to the North Carolina Museum of Art, it's something you might want to check out. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a pumpkin, and then if you want to add polka dots like Yayoi, you can, or you can add a different pattern. So we're going to be talking about pattern. And so I am drawing on the Jamboard. I think that's the easiest way to share drawing. And you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil to get started, and then you can use markers or crayons to color it in and add your pattern. So let's get started. To begin our pumpkin, we're going to be drawing with pencil, and we're going to probably need to do a little bit of erasing, so don't draw too darkly. We're just going to draw a round shape. Now, you'll notice that I did not draw a perfect circle. If you've seen a pumpkin, and you probably have this time of year, you see pumpkins in the grocery store, maybe you've even gone to a farm and visited a pumpkin patch, you'll notice pumpkins are not perfectly round. So they could be, let me just erase this one, I kind of went over and over. They could be a long ovally shape like that. Erase that one. They could be kind of short and wide, like that. Okay, so you can kind of pick a roundish shape for your pumpkin. And then let me erase out some of this and make that bigger shape, my pumpkin shape. Okay, so go ahead and do that while I'm erasing. And if you need to erase, go right ahead. Well, you want a nice roundish shape for your pumpkin. Now at the top of that roundish shape, we're going to need to add, you'll notice Yayoi added a stem. So to add the stem, I'm going to start with a little shape up here at the top. And then I'm going to come around like this, and if you wanted to make it look 3D like Yayoi, add a little oval at the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to erase. Okay. Now, if you don't want to add that little oval at the top, that's okay. That's just where they cut the vine. So if you wanted it to be in a farm, you could make that vine keep going, add some leaves. So the next thing we're going to do, one of the things that makes a pumpkin look like a pumpkin, besides being an orangish color, is sort of these, you notice these ridges. Okay, these ridges that are on the pumpkin. Okay, so the trick to doing those ridges is you're going to start somewhere near the middle. On the right hand side, you're going to curve to the right. On the left-hand side, you need to curve to the left. Okay, so notice the curves are not all going in the same direction. The curve on the right, just get my little pointer, is going to the right. The curve on the left is going to the left. So I'm going to add a couple more curves. I'm going to add one here, and I'm going to add one more here. Okay, and let's see, that's a little bit too pointy at the bottom, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and make that curve a little less pointy. So just like me, you might need to adjust those curves, and you might need more lines than what I did. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to move this one over just a hair, like that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to adjust this a little bit. All right, so there's my pumpkin shape. And so if we were going to do a realistic pumpkin, you know, I don't have orange, so I'm going to have to make orange. So I'm going to start with some yellow. Start off with a realistic pumpkin, and then I'll add some patterns like that. I'm going to color this in with some red, and if you have orange, just go ahead and use orange. Like I said, I don't have orange as a choice on the jam board, so I'm just going to mix. I can mix the colors. And a little bit more yellow, and that should give me that. Yeah, it's starting to look orange. Okay. So I've got an orange pumpkin. Now I need to color the stem, and I do have green, so I'll have to mix for that one. And now this next part is up to you. So Yayo loved pattern. And like I said, she loved the polka dot pattern. Polka dots were her favorite. So if you want to make yours like Yayo, you can just go ahead and notice she didn't make all the polka dots the same. She made some that were small and some that were large to make it a little more interesting. And then she has some really tiny ones here. Now, if you don't want to do that, let me just get rid of those, and you want to do a different kind of pattern, that's up to you. So let's say you don't want to do black polka dots like Yayo did. Let's say you want to do blue swirls. I personally like swirls. So I'm going to do a blue swirl pattern on my pumpkin. And I'm going to go along, like Yayo, I'm going to go along this edge here. So I'm going to add my blue swirls on each little section. And again, you don't have to do blue swirls. So you can just watch me and think about what sort of pattern you want to give your pumpkin. Okay, so it could be polka dots, doesn't have to be black polka dots, could be blue polka dots, could be purple polka dots. I'm going to go to the marker and I'm going to add some smaller swirls here. Just using a different tool. So I'm just kind of having fun adding some patterns into my pumpkin. Now I could also add, I'm going to just do some squiggles on the lid, on the stem. And then you want to think about that background. What are you going to do for your background? So pick a color around the pumpkin. I'm going to try mixing colors again. I am going to mix red and blue and try and make some purplish color. Not super purpley, but that's the best I'm going to do on this jam board here. And I could even add a pattern on that background. So I could add maybe some stripes or something. Okay, so we're gonna have fun with pattern. Pattern is something that repeats. So in Yayo's case, she liked to repeat polka dots, but you could repeat any shape, or in this case, I'm repeating a line, any shape or line that you like. And by repeating something, you are creating a pattern. So have fun making a pattern pumpkin. Enjoy learning a little bit more about Yayo and her art and her interest in making polka dots. And I'll see you next time. Bye.